So premium bonds were launched in 1956 and they revolutionized the way that British people save some of their cash. Instead of putting your money into a bank and earning interest, each £1 bond that you owned got put into a monthly prize draw with the chance of winning big tax-free prizes ranging from £25 to a £1 million jackpot. NS&I is one of the largest saving organisations in the UK, offering a range of products that you might not have even heard of, including savings and investments to more than 24 million customers. All of the NS&I financial products offer 100% security, as NS&I is fully backed by His Majesty's Treasury. Now, premium bonds are by far the most famous NS&I product, and currently the prize fund rate is 4.4%. Now, this percent can't directly be compared to any sort of savings accounts, as the two don't work in remotely the same way. The way that premium bonds work is that all the money put into premium bonds is then given out as a percentage, and that is the prize fund rate. But not every person does get equal amounts. A very little amount of people get huge results, and the majority get nothing or just £25. The odds of winning per £1 bond held in premium bonds is currently 21,000 to 1. There are two £1 million jackpot prizes to be won each month. Currently, there are 85 £100,000 prizes, so even if you don't win the big jackpot, £100,000 could be incredibly life-changing. There is even 170 £50,000 prizes going around, and I'm sure I wouldn't mind winning one of those. And just for comparison, there are over 1.4 million £25 prizes, so the majority of wins are going to be the smaller £25 amount. This is why you can't compare the prize fund rate of 4.4% against with your bank's interest, which is currently giving around 5%, because your bank guarantees that amount per year, and premium bond has zero guarantees, and in fact there are people that haven't won anything for dozens of years. Now in this video I'm going to go through each month that I've held premium bonds and tell you the amount that I won, and in the end I'm going to give you a total and let you know if premium bonds are actually worth putting your money into. Now in November of 2022 I deposited my first amount into premium bonds, and this was £5,100. The thing that you should know is that you need to hold premium bonds for an entire month, an entire calendar month, before you are eligible for the next prize draw. So my first prize draw is actually going to be in January, even though I put money in November. Another tip to note is that you should put your money at the end of the month, because even if you put, let's say, on November the 2nd, it still has to carry around the whole of November because it's not a full month, and then the entirety of December, and then you will be eligible for that prize fund draw in the next year's January. Just something to note that does help out a lot of people. Now in December of 2022 my eligibility was just £0, because of course I hadn't held, premium bonds for an entire month yet, so of course my winnings were just £0. Now in January of 2023 I was eligible for £5,100 worth of premium bonds. The prize fund rate at that time was only 3%, and the odds of winning per £1 bond held was 24,000 to 1. Now in this month I added a further £550, which will be eligible in the draw 2 months next after that, and in January, my first ever premium bonds prize draw, I won a very happy £50, and I was very chuffed about that. I couldn't complain. Much higher than the £25 and much higher than winning nothing. Now in February of 2023 my eligibility remained the same at £5,100, and the prize fund rate increased to 3.15%. The odds of winning stayed the same at 24,000 to 1. I didn't add anything extra that month, and in this month I won £25, bringing my total so far to be £75, which wasn't too bad at all. Back then, instant access savings accounts were giving something between maybe 1 or 2%. In March of 2023, my eligibility was £5,650. The prize fund rate increased again to 3.3%. The odds of winning stayed the same at 24,000 to 1. I didn't add any more this month, and I won a mighty £100, and I was very happy to see that, and it motivated me to keep my money in premium bonds. Now, even if I didn't win anything anymore, having 3 wins in a row really does motivate you psychologically to keep your money in premium bonds. Now, this brings my total so far to be £175. Now, in April of 2023, I had an eligibility of £5,675. The prize fund rate stayed the same at 3.3%. The odds of winning stayed the same again. As I was very motivated in this month, I deposited a further £1,565. However, in this month, luck would change and I actually won nothing, coming to the realization that, premium bonds really is all to do with luck, and some days you will win and some days you will not. So in May of 2023, my eligibility was £5,775. The prize fund rate stayed the same at 3.3%. The odds of winning stayed the same too. I didn't add any more this month. However, I did seem to win £25, which I was quite happy about. Now, this brought my total so far to be £200 worth of tax-free winnings. One of the main benefits of premium bonds used to be that all the money was tax-free. However, these days we do get a personal savings allowance for most people. However, if you are an additional rate taxpayer, you don't have any allowance. So therefore, premium bonds seems like a very attractive place to put your money. Now, in June of 2023, I had a premium bonds eligibility of £7,340. The prize fund rate stayed the same again at 3.3%, and the odds of winning stayed the same at 24,000 to 1 per £1 bond that you held. I didn't add anything else this month, and again, I didn't also win anything this month, which was actually quite disappointing, but it just goes to show that you can't really win every single month. And maybe if I had put in more money, my odds of winning would have increased and maybe I would have won something. But then again, people with £50,000, which is the maximum amount you can put into premium bonds, still often win nothing some months. Now, in July of 2023, I had an eligibility of £7,365. The prize fund rate actually increased to 3.7%, and the odds of winning stayed the same at 24,000 to 1 per £1 bond held. This month I didn't add anything, and yet again I didn't win anything. However, because I won 3 times in a row in the beginning, I thought I should just keep my money there and wait it out, and eventually I will win something. So I didn't pull out any of my money and I kept it there. At that time, the banks were actually giving out higher and higher amounts, but this didn't dissuade me and I kept this money in premium bonds. In August of 2023, I had the same eligibility of £7,365. However, the prize fund rate actually increased to 4%. The odds of winning actually decreased per £1 bond held to 22,000 to 1. And in this month, I added a huge chunk of money, £4,835. And also in this month, maybe due to the higher prize fund rate, I actually won another £100, which I was very happy about, and I was happy that I didn't pull out my money too soon, bringing my total to be £300 won with premium bonds. Now, in September of 2023, my premium bonds eligibility was £7,365. The prize fund rate increased to a mighty 4.65%, bringing down the odds of winning to 21,000 to 1. Now, in this month, I didn't add anything, and although the prize fund rate had increased to a 10-year plus high, I actually didn't win anything, which was quite disappointing, but I still kept my money in those premium bonds. Now, in October of 2023, my eligibility was as high as £12,200. The prize fund rate stayed the same at 4.65%. The odds of winning stayed the same. I didn't add anything else that month. However, I did win £50, which I was very happy about again, bringing my total so far to be £350. Now, in November of 2023, I had an eligibility of £12,200. The prize fund rate was the same at 4.65%. The odds of winning stayed the same. This was the first month that I actually took out money because I thought I needed money, so I took out £500. Just to note about taking money out of your premium bonds account, it does take a few days, something between 3 to 5 working days, so it isn't an instant access savings account like some might think it is. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to put the majority of your emergency fund, I personally wouldn't recommend putting all of your emergency fund into premium bonds. So this month I won £25, bringing my total so far to be £375. So in December of 2023, my premium bonds eligibility was £12,250. The prize fund rate remained the same at 4.65%, so did the odds of winning. In that month I added nothing, and also in that month I won absolutely nothing. So in January of 2024, my eligibility was £11,750. The prize fund rate again 4.65%, the odds of winning the same, and once again I didn't win anything for January's prize draw, unfortunately. So in February of 2024, I had a premium bonds eligibility of £11,775. The prize fund rate remained the same at 4.65%, and the odds of winning stayed the same too. I didn't add anything else this month, however this actually proved to be my biggest winning month so far. So I won £25, but that wasn't just it. I also won a second prize of £100, which I was quite confused about, which I didn't realize you can get more than one prize per month, which is good to know. So in total that month I won £125 from my premium bonds holdings, bringing my total winnings so far to be £500. So in March of 2024, my eligibility remained the same at £11,775. The prize fund rate was the same at 4.4%, so was the odds of winning. I didn't add anything else that month, however I did win a nice prize of £50, which wasn't too bad at all, bringing my total won so far to be £550. So in April of 2024, I had an eligibility of £11,775. The prize fund rate actually dropped to 4.4%. The odds of winning stayed the same at 21,000 to 1 per £1 bond held, and I withdrew £2,000 from my premium bonds. Yet again I needed something for a payment, and in that month I actually won £50, which I was again really happy about, bringing my total to be £600 so far. In May of 2024, my eligibility remained the same at £11,775. The prize fund rate again was the same, so were the odds of winning. I didn't add anything further to this account, as it now only has £10,000. In this month, I actually won nothing, which was quite disappointing. So in the latest month, June 2024, I had an eligibility of £10,000 in premium bonds, a very nice round number. The prize fund rate stayed the same at 4.4%, and the odds of winning stayed the same at 21,000 to 1. I didn't add anything anymore to this premium bonds account, as I want to keep it at £10,000 just to see what I get with that. And in this month, I actually again won nothing, which was quite disappointing. And in the end, so far for my premium bonds holdings since November 2022, I have won a grand total of £600. So are premium bonds worth it, or should you actually put your money into something else? Well, the short answer is that most of the time, I don't think premium bonds are really worth it if you compare or make comparisons with other stuff that exists. However, I think it's worth it if you are an additional rate taxpayer or someone who would have gambled anyway. This way you get to keep the same amount of your money in terms of actually the nominal amount. If you put £10,000 in there, it will stay £10,000, and you get the chance that you will grow that money, maybe if you win some prizes. Again, if you do put all your money into premium bonds, you're actually likely to lose money because inflation might be higher than your winnings. So in a nutshell, I think I have personally been quite lucky for £600 worth of winnings. If you count my average, maybe it will be around something like £8,000. But overall, I don't think I can possibly recommend anyone putting all their savings into premium bonds. I use it for my emergency fund, so I actually don't mind. It's not even all of my emergency fund. The first part of my emergency fund is put somewhere in an instant access savings account, something like Chip or Santander or anything like that. And when I need that, it comes away from there first, and then I will use premium bonds to either replenish them or something for a longer term emergency fund. So make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I will see you in the next video.